Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is patch day! It is finally here. Warframe Revised. I started playing this game. I don't know, I think we've discussed this or I've mentioned this before. I was invited by DE back in 2012, 2013. I forget, it was so freaking long ago. Oh my god, it's like 18 lives. Uh, back then I was a well I'm currently taking time away. As you guys see, I'm slowly getting back to it, but I have long been what's referred to as an influencer, content creator, whatever the fudge you want to call it. A lot of the stuff isn't under my name, so good luck finding anything that I've done, because I've been famous under more names than you could possibly imagine. But that's not the point. The point is that this massively ginormous revision of this game, 7 years, yeah. It's about to be the 7th anniversary. 7 years after I started, which it was a big enough fucking change coming back a year ago to try and figure this shit out. But everything just changed today. Literally everything. So I read the patch notes, I've logged in, and we're gonna do Sortie without looking at a single thing. All I've done is log in, take my free mail of massive amounts of shit. P.S. Thanks for the 5.8 million that I, wasted on dumb shit. Would have been nice if I got real resources back that actually mattered. Like I need another 5 neurodes or whatever the shit. But yeah, so I literally logged in, got the here's a bunch of free shit email. I claimed my forma. I started crafting a new forma, as everybody should know. You should constantly have a forma crafting. It takes 24 hours. As soon as the moment that one is completed in your in-game, you should collect it, immediately start another. Never be without a crafting forma. So I did that. Immediately moved to my nav console, grabbed my extractors, pulled those in, redeployed them, checked the sortie missions to see what they were, decided that we're going to do today's videos this way, and now here we are. So sortie number 1 is a mobile defense elemental enhancement, and you guys know me, I give like 0 fucks, especially at sortie 1. They're going to be like level 60. They just tweaked all this, I don't know, kinds of crap, so we don't even really know what's going to happen. I'm not changing any builds. I'm not looking at any mods. Absolutely nothing. This is the same exact everything. I mean, not that we need to look at itself, but the same Slova, Ignis, Rattleguts, Telos, Helios stat stick setup that, you guys have seen a whole bunch of times in these sortie vids. This is nothing new. So you're familiar with the vid, the concept, or not the vid, but you know what I mean? Y'all have seen this before, it's nothing new. Nothing has changed.
Bloody worm!
I fucking love Tilregor. He is one of the noggles that hangs out on my evil guy. My bad guy Noggle Shelf.
This is a mobile defense mission.
I have a
you must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations.
I don't even know how many Noggle Shelves. A lot.
Be prepared for heavy resistance.
Because Noggles are awesome and I love ship deco.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
That's another one of those. I said like you have to make your own end game. Like end game is what you make of it. Well, it's totally true, and one of my end games is decorating my superly cool orbiter that I spend all day, every fucking day
in. And patch me in.
Basically, doing
Upload
what
me and prepare to defend.
You guys have probably heard of as the spin, which is basically this on my orbiter for like hours. Not really hours, but you get the point. So that's corrosive and heat damage. Let's see what kind of stuff we got going on here. Hey, some bad guys. Awesome. Yeah, that didn't really seem to be too much of a problem there. That looked a lot like a cache. That was odd. I kind of expected something neat out of that. Just, you know, the way it was. I gotta admit, these guys, I will say,
Still working on it. Continue
these
to
guys
defend.
do seem to be dying slower than they should. Right? Can we agree that that appears to be a valid agreement? See, like that just hit for 60 something. Like that's not acceptable. I mean, it is apparently because like that's what happens. But also, what are these zeros? Like, what's that all about? Right, that whole zero thing was getting weird.
Terminal hacked.
It's like, is someone all of a sudden immune to me? Like, what the shit just happened? I mean, revise is one thing, but like, fuck you, you can't kill shit anymore is like a whole nother world. You know what I'm saying? And Pack Seeker will kill like 4 of you on the way out. Thanks for the free shit. So the downside is that they have corrosive, so you can see there's a corrosive proc up in the right hand corner there. See that right there? This I punch through is fucking great. It's like, hey, guys on the other side of the door. Yeah, fuck off. It's another reason why I love the rat as a secondary for this sort of, I don't know,
Location
stuff.
reached.
I
Drop
don't know
me
how
in
else to
and
put
defend
it.
our position.
Oh, this is actually a really interesting room. I'm glad that it's here. I want to show you guys something. We're totally not going to get it done because it's just, you know, we're in the middle of a sortie. I don't have time to mess around with that stuff. But if you guys are familiar with curias or however you want to pronounce it, those little kitty statues that are throughout the game, one of them is down there in the water inside of a grate. And in order to access it, you use this terminal here. In fact, maybe we will, because, you know, we just did. And see, there's that somebody taking no damage again. What's that all about? I don't recall that happening.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
See, like, that's actually happening? Why is an Arctic Eximus and then gets one-shotted with my Telos? Like, that... This is not... Okay, this just became one of those what the fuck sticks, man. All of a sudden, like... Yeah. Okay. See... It's like... Yeah. I know I have a gun, but my gun hits for like apparently 600 now, and this hits for like 60k. So actually, let's leave that there and let's go do this. You ready? Zoom! So it's down here somewhere. I forget exactly where. Oh, there it is. So what we would do is swap over to your synth scanner, grab that curia, and bam! There is one of the 64 that you need to collect for the full set. And I highly recommend it. It was yet another portion of my self-created endgame. Until I completed my final 2. I was 62 of 64 for quite some time, and I must admit that 62 of 64, with the only remaining 2 being underwater Uranus tile set spots, and all of those spots are all RNG spawns. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to make that room spawn Well, it turns
I'm in,
out
Tenno.
that the
This will
two
take a moment.
that I did need, see, that was ridiculous. That should hit that dude for 150. Another corrosive prop. See, this is another thing. So corrosive doesn't expire, right? That's the only infinite prop, which I found to be really humorous because they
Still
actually
working on
wrote
it.
the
Continue to
back to back
defend.
the opposite thing in the patch notes. They're like corrosive lasts 6 seconds. It's the only infinite status. And I was like, what? What? What world are you living in that makes those two follow each other? But point being is, once corrosive kicks in, like, there's no getting the armor back. It's just gone. End of story. Apparently these. Oh, see, that's another downside of Uranus tile sets, especially if you're playing a.
The odds were
We
against
are
us, Tenno,
finished.
but we did it. Mission complete.
Especially if you're playing
Heads up.
a
A Grineer assault team is headed your way.
survival buff frame, which I consider Nova to be one of, because her 1 is the DR that keeps her alive. And we are out. So, Ignis, I feel, did significantly. Well, no, I don't know about significantly, but I don't feel like it killed as quick as it did yesterday. Maybe it was lower numbers. As you, actually, you can see I'm running a 247 amp over here to the right. That's left. I forgot to swap back. I fought Prophet. I did like 4 solo Prophets yesterday to max some odds, and the 4 scaffold one shots the Prophet Taker pylons. So I run a 247 for Prophet Taker, and I totally forgot to swap, so I haven't run Ido since. Anyway, and as always, like, the melee build didn't matter. I like punch you in the face with something and you just fucking die. Rattleguts seemed to hit plenty fine, no big deal. Ignis seemed to like hit for less, and it also seemed to have like fall off in some way, shape, or form, which was odd. But I don't know. So we'll experiment with stuff. We're gonna be back with Sortie 2, which is Plains of Idle on open world bullshit. I hate that crap. But we'll see how it goes. And again, we're gonna do the same thing, like no adjusted build, just straight up run in there with what we got. Let's do it. So I'll see you guys in like 30 seconds for the next section of this shit. Word the fuck up.